Okay, so you've been sending in some really cool stuff about how to build a really solid daily routine.
Yeah.
And we're going to go through all of that and see what we can pull out of it.
Right.
So, what do you think? How do we want to approach this?
Well, I think the main thing to keep in mind is we're not trying to give people like a one-size-fits-all routine.
Yeah.
It's more about understanding what are the core elements that make up a really good, well-structured day.
Yeah.
And then, how can each individual person take those and adapt them for their own specific needs?
So, looking at the material you've sent, we got a bunch of articles.
Right.
A typical well-balanced day seems to have sort of like a few different stages.
Right.
You often start with like the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of this stuff talked about waking up early. Like, what
Yeah.
were your thoughts on that whole early morning phase?
Yeah, I think what's really interesting about that is that there's this idea of like having a buffer zone,
Yeah.
before the day really gets going, where you're not just immediately like reacting to emails and,
Yeah.
demands.
Yeah.
It's like you get up and you have a little bit of time to like be proactive and sort of like set intentions.
Yeah, and it's not just about the time, it's what you do with it.
Exactly.
Like a bunch of these articles talked about something as simple as like hydrating right when you wake up,
Yeah.
you know,
Super important.
getting some kind of movement in, like even